Hi there. I guess we're going to get started. Well, while we're waiting for people to come in, I'm going to do a little warm-up song that's just kind of a fun song to make you imagine that you're actually going to be outside, that things are a little more normal. In other words, we're going fishing. And this is a classic Americana kind of song. That's what we're doing today in this program called This Land Is Your Land. A variety of Americana songs. I'd like to wish everybody a happy 4th and welcome to the program. I'd like to thank Marge McDonald and everybody from the COA for making this program possible. And of course, thank you all for joining me. And also, you should know, let your friends know that this is being recorded so they'll be able to watch it if they didn't make it to the session today. Well, we're going to start with a little song about going fishing. It's called the Fishin' Blues. Bet you're going fishing all of the time. I'm going fishing too. You bet your life your loving wife might catch more fish than you. Well, any fish will bite if you've got good bait. Here's a little tip I'd love to relay. You get that line, you get that bait. Now, if you feel like singing, it goes like this. I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too. Now, don't worry. Nobody can hear you if you sing. I can't hear you, your friends can't hear you, so just sing it out as loud as you want. Let's try it. I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too. All right. I went on down to my favorite fishing hole, brought me my pole and line. I went in and caught me a big old catfish and brought him on home for supper time. Well, any fish you bite if you've got good bait. Here's a little tip I'd love to relate. You get that line and you get that bait. Let's sing it. I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too. Well, my baby brothers and sisters are running me out of my mind, saying, can I go fishing with you? Okay, I took the little kid down to the fishing hole. What do you think they proceeded to do? They went and grabbed some fish out of the bottom of the pond, jumped up and down. Ooh, it was real gone. Get that line. You get that bait, let's sing it. I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too. Let's go fishing. Well, any fish you bite, you got good bait. Here's a little tip I'd love to relay. You get that line, you get that bait. I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too. Oh, when you get home, you know what you have to do. Put them in the pot, put them in the pan, babe. Cook them till they're nice and brown. And cook up a big batch of buttermilk pancakes. Chew them on up and chomp them on down. Any fish you bite, you got good bait. Here's a little tip I'd love to relay. You get that line, you get that bait. Let's sing it last time. I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too. Well, since I can't hear you, I'm going to ask you to sing so loud that maybe I will. One more time. I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too. All right. Welcome, everybody. My name's Roger. I think some people are still joining us, and I would like to welcome you to This Land Is Your Land. I started with a country blues, a style of American music that is unique to our country, where European music and African music and people from all over the world came here as a nation of immigrants and created all kinds of great new music. But to really go back to celebrate the 4th of July, we have to look at some of these early songs. This one was popular right here in Massachusetts, and it was sung by the soldiers in Lexington and Concord during the American Revolution. It was originally a song that the British sang, and the Americans stole it. They did that with a couple of songs during the Revolutionary War. They stole the music and wrote new words. And the song, everybody remembers it. You probably sang it when you were a kid, Yankee Doodle. You may have wondered, though, what the heck does that mean? Well, a doodle was an old English expression to mean fancy. And Yankee, obviously, was referring to the Americans. And where it says, stuck a feather in their cap and called it macaroni. When the British sang this song, teasing the American soldiers, they would say, well, the American soldiers were wearing these ragtag uniforms during the Revolutionary War, which actually helped them because they were like in camouflage with homemade homemade uniforms where the redcoats were easy targets, the British. Well, they made fun of them because they said the soldiers, American soldiers, will stick a feather in their cap, make it look like they're a fancy soldier, like they're a lieutenant or a colonel. That was how they differentiated. They stuck feathers in their caps. And so they teased them and called it macaroni. Was because in England, the upper echelon soldiers, like the colonels and generals, etc., they would belong to a club, a unique club called the Macaroni Club. And back in the day, macaroni was considered a delicacy, an Italian import to England. So they would say, suck a feather in their cap and called it macaroni, teasing the Americans. So that gives you a little background on this song. So we're going to sing a little bit of it. It goes all the way back to 1774. Yankee Doodle came to town riding on a pony. He stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Well, Father and I went down to camp along with Captain Gooden. There we saw the men and boys as thick as hasty pudding. Let's sing it. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Well, there was Captain Washington upon a strapping stallion, giving orders to his men. I guess there was a million. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Well, Yankee Doodle is the tune Americans delight in. 'Twill do to whistle, sing, or play. It's just the thing for fighting. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Brum-ba-ba-dum-bum. You all remember that old song? Well, that was a marching song and a playful song, and very, very popular during the American Revolution. And you know what's interesting? I mentioned earlier that the Americans took some British songs like that one. They actually took the whole song, and even though the British were making fun of them, the Americans became proud of being Yankee Doodles. And then they went on, as we established 13 states from our original colonies, the Americans actually took the British national anthem, the melody of the British national anthem, and wrote this song. And I'm sure you've all heard it. God save the 13 states, long rule the United States. God save our states. Make us victorious, happy and glorious. No tyrants over us. God save our states. Now, George Washington was so popular they wrote a verse for him. God save great Washington, his worth from every tongue demands applause. Ye tuneful powers combine, and each true Whig joins, whose heart now ne'er resign the glorious cause. Now, you may not remember those original verses, to God save the 13 states, but you certainly know the song it became, which we call America. In 1784, Samuel Smith wrote the words that we're always familiar with. We sometimes just call it My Country 'Tis of Thee. Let's sing a little bit of that. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. I hear these songs, I always think it's time to play baseball. And I just heard this morning, the season starts in a couple of weeks. They're starting to practice. So there's going to be a baseball season. So we have to sing the most famous American baseball song. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the park. Oh, buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root toot toot for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. And it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Yes, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Woo-wee. All right, play ball, everybody. Well, I hope you get to at least see some baseball games if you can't go to one this summer. I have to sing a song written by a woman from Boston who was with her husband, the head of the Universalist Church, and they were both leaders in the abolitionist movement during the Civil War. And she was good friends with Abraham Lincoln. She went down to visit Abraham Lincoln, and while she was visiting him, she saw the soldiers outside marching. And they were marching and they were singing this song. John Brown's body lies a mouldering in the grave. John Brown's body lies a mouldering in the grave. John Brown's body lies a mouldering in the grave. His soul goes marching on. You know, John Brown was a famous abolitionist who helped to free soldiers. Helped to free the blacks by raiding John Harper's the ferry. And what happened was the soldiers had made up this song, and people were singing, glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His soul goes marching on. But what Julia Howe, that was her name, what she heard was the soldiers not only singing the original John Brown's Body as they were marching, they had also made up some off-color verses, and she was very unhappy about that. And so it was suggested to her while she was visiting the White House, while she was watching the soldiers out there, and at night they were camping, their campfires were going, there was a reference to that. She actually rewrote John Brown's Body to the same melody, the famous song, and called the Battle Hymn of the Republic. And people started thinking of it as a Christian song because she talks about seeing the glory of the Lord. But she was writing it for the Civil War Union soldiers who were marching outside of the White House to help inspire them to sing something a little more lofty than John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave. So let's sing Battle Hymn of the Republic by Boston's Julia Howe. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He's loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. I've seen him in the watchfires of 100 circling camps. They've builded him an altar in the evening dew and damps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. Glory, glory, last time everybody. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. So Julia Howe wrote that song, inspired by the soldiers marching outside of the White House in the Civil War. Right there in the White House, she wrote that when Abraham Lincoln was president. Well, it's time for us to move on to something completely different here. I thought it might be fun to sing some songs that you probably remember singing when you were younger. Like this great song, and I'm going to play it on the banjo, because the banjo is considered an American instrument, and this is a very American song. And banjo originally actually came from an African instrument called a banjar. Had 1 or 2 strings, and here in the United States, in the early days, Around the time of the Civil War, a little before that, the banjo became very popular, developed by the Scots-Irish immigrants as well as African Americans, and it became known as it is today, the American five-string banjo. Well, in 1814, we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. We took a little bacon and we took a little beans, and we cut the bloody bridges to the town of New Orleans. Let's sing it. Oh, we fired our guns and the British kept it coming. There wasn't quite as many as there was a while ago. Fired once more and they began a running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. 2, 3, 4. It's kind of a marching song. 2, 3. Well, we fired our guns and the British kept it coming. Wasn't quite as many as there was a while ago. Fired once more and they began a running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we looked down the river and we see the British come. There must have been 100 of them beating on the drum. Oh, they stepped so high they made the bugles ring. And we stood behind our cotton bales and didn't say a thing. We fired our guns and the British kept it coming. There wasn't quite as many as there was a while ago. Fired once more and they began to running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we fired our cannon till the barrel melted down, and we grabbed an alligator and we fought another round. Filled his head with cannonballs and powdered his behind. But when we took the powder off, the gator lost his mind. Well, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit wouldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Y'all remember that one? Battle of New Orleans. What a great old song. A lot of fun to sing. But you know, I think it's time for us to sing something you really know that's very easy to sing. You probably can sing this one in your sleep. Very, very famous banjo tune. And it goes like this. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I held my head and I cried. We're not crying, we're singing. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I'll always love you and make you happy. If only you could do the same. If you leave me to love another, oh darling, it will bring me so much pain. Yes, I'll always love you and make you happy, and nothing else can come between. But now you've left me for another, oh darling, you shattered all my dreams, but I still love you. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. No, please don't take my sunshine away. Yeah, the banjo is a very popular instrument in early American history and still popular today, especially in modern, so-called modern music like bluegrass music. But America's first famous songwriter, Stephen Foster, wrote a lot of music on the banjo. In fact, there's a statue of Stephen Foster in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with a banjo. And he wrote this next tune for his sister, whose name was Susanna. And I think you all know this beautiful song. Oh, I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee, going to Louisiana, my true love for to see. Rained all night the day I left, but weather it was dry. Sun so hot I froze to death. Susanna, don't you cry. Let's sing it. Oh, Susanna, now don't you cry for me, 'cause I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Everybody! Oh, Susanna, now don't you cry for me, 'cause I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. I had a dream the other night when everything was still. I dreamt I saw Susanna coming down that hill. A buckwheat cake was in her hand, a tear was in her eye. I said, my dear Susanna, Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, now don't you cry for me, 'cause I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Everybody! Oh, Susanna, now don't you cry for me, 'cause I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. I know you guys knew that one. And if you know that one, or if you knew that one, then you probably remember this one written by him as well. And this was a big hit. And the chorus is so easy, all you need to remember is this. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Not doo-doo, but doo-dah. Make sure you say doo-dah. And we'll sing a little bit of Stephen Foster's famous Camptown Ladies. Camptown ladies sing this song, doo-dah, doo-dah. Camptown racetrack 5 mile long, oh, a doo-dah day. Gonna run all night, gonna run all day. Bet my money on a bobtail nag, somebody bet on the bay. Let's sing it. Gonna run all night, gonna run all day. I bet my money on a bobtail nag, somebody bet on the bay. Well, I come down here with my hat caved in, doo-dah, doo-dah. Going back home with a pocket full of tin, oh, the doo-dah day. Gonna run all night, gonna run all day. Bet my money on a bobtail nag, somebody bet on the bay. Long-tailed filly and a big old horse, doo-dah, doo-dah. Fly that track and they both cut across, oh, the doo-dah day. A blind horse sticking in a big mud hole, doo-dah, doo-dah. Can't touch bottom with a 10-foot pole, oh, the doo-dah day. Here we go. Gonna run all night, gonna run all day. Well, I bet my money on a bobtail nag, somebody bet on the bay. I'm gonna run all night, gonna run all day. Well, I bet my money on a bobtail nag, somebody bet on the bay. Ba-dum-ba-ba-dum-bum. Ooh, yeah, all right. Well, while I've got the banjo here, we have to sing an American classic. This song is traditional, like a lot of these songs that were done on the banjo. Sometimes nobody knew who wrote them. For example, some people think this next song was African American. Some people think it was Irish American. The fact of the matter was, anybody who worked on the early development of the railroads sang a lot of old work songs. They learned all these different type of work songs, and if they didn't speak English, they learned English by singing songs like this. I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. Everybody singing, I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Oh, can't you hear the whistle blow? Oh, rise up so early in the morning. Can't you hear the captain shouting, Dinah, blow your horn. Oh, Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Oh, oh, oh. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. You know what they're doing in the kitchen, right? Strum your banjos, here we go. Strumming on the old banjo and singing fee-fi, fiddly-I-o. A fee-fi, fiddly-I-o. Oh, oh, oh. Fee-fi, fiddly-I-o. Strumming on the old banjo. Thank you for singing with me. And now guess what? It's time to learn a very uniquely American style of singing in honor of the 4th of July. Cowboy yodeling. Now there's yodeling all over the world. There's yodeling in the Swiss Alps. There's yodeling in South America, Africa, Asia. There's yodeling anywhere people have been herding animals. They use animal calls, of course, to get the animal's attention, and those calls got turned into a singing style. But American cowboy yodeling is very unique. And so what I'd like to do is teach you how to do it, and then we're going to do a little tall tale, another thing our country is famous for, a tall tale about an old lady who lived on top of a mountain who learned to yodel. But first, let me teach you how to do it. Echo back and you can learn it. Don't worry, nobody can hear you, so give it a try. Hey. So when you're calling an animal, you crack your voice like that. That's how it got started. So let's try that. I'll sing it, you echo back. Ready? Hey. Your turn. Hey. All right, I'm going to go a little higher. Hey. Try it. Hey. A little higher. Hey. Your turn. Hey. We're going to work our way down. Hey. 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 Now, if you manage to do any of that, you're all set for graduate yodeling. Here we go. Yodel-o, yodel-a, yodel-o, yodel-o, tee. Try that one. Yodel-o, yodel-a, yodel-o, yodel-o, tee. All right, I think you're ready for the song. This is called Grandma Slid Down the Mountain. When we lived on the mountain, hard to get around, Grandma had a better way of getting into town. She'd slide on down the mail chute, slide into town. Yes, she'd ride on down the mail chute, and this is what we found. She slid down the mountain on her little lady, her little O-T, her little lady. She slid down the mountain on her little lady, O-de-lay, O-de-lo-T. Well, Grandma loved her ice cream, but her freezer wouldn't chill. They made homemade ice cream at the dairy down the hill. 100 tempting flavors, fudge to mint parquet. And if you want to go downtown, she showed you the way. 'Cause we slid down the mountain on her little lady, her little lady, her little lady. Yes, she slid down the mountain on her little lady, o-de-lay, o-de-lo-dee. Now it's your turn. Ready? Echo back. Hey, 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 yodel-o-tee. You can do it. Hey, hey, oh, oh, yodel-ay, yodel-o-tee. Well, Grandma's getting old now, getting old and gray. But if you want to go downtown, she'll show you the way. And if you want to get there, and you want to get there fast, slide down the mountain and ride down on your yodel. Oh boy. Oh, she slid down the mountain on her little lady, her little O-T, her little lady. Slid down the mountain on her little lady, yodel-ay, yodel-o-tee. Here she comes. Yodel-o-yodel-ay, 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 yodel-ay, yodel-o-tee, yodel-o-yodel-ay, yodel-o-yodel-ay-tee, yodel-o-yodel-ay. She's a very yodel lady. Woo! Grandma slid down the mountain. Well, my fingers are getting hot. The banjo is getting too hot to hold. I'm going to put it down, and we're going to do something completely different. In fact, I have to sing one of my favorite old-time American country songs from the singing of the Carter family. You've probably heard of a lot of these old songs. You may have heard of the Carter family. You may know also that the granddaughter of A.P. Carter, the gentleman who collected a lot of the old songs in early America, folk songs from all over, mostly in the South. Their granddaughter, Roseanne Carter Cash, is still traveling around singing a lot of these old songs because Johnny Cash married into their family. So that's why her name is Roseanne Carter Cash. And this is one of their hit songs from way back when. I bet you all know it. It's a great song to keep our spirits up because it's called Keep on the Sunny Side, which is great advice right about now. So that's part of the chorus. It goes like this. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day and brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. So when I come around to that chorus, please sing with me. There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side. Always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Well, the storm and its fury broke today, crushing hopes we cherish so dear. Storm and cloud will in time pass away. Sun again will shine bright and clear, especially if you keep on the sunny side. Always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. Help us every day. Help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Let us greet with a song of hope each day. Though the moments be cloudy or fair, let us trust in our Savior always, to keepeth everyone in his care. Keep on the sunny side, one more time. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Yes, it will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side. Now, if that didn't lift your spirits, this song is for you. This song is for you anyway, because it's probably the most optimistic song from the great American big band era, what's known as the swing era, mostly the 1940s. Some of the world's great music, and still very popular around the world. Songs like this one. You got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. That's right. You've got to spread joy up to the maximum. Bring gloom down to the minimum and hang on. Oh, pandemonium's liable to burst upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do just when everything looked so dark? They said, you better accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. It's a good idea to spread joy up to the maximum. Bring gloom down to the minimum and hang on, for pandemonium's liable to burst upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do just when everything looked so dark? Man, they said you've got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. That's right. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. Oh yeah. Woo. Accentuate the positive. Well, that era of music is one of my favorites in American musical history. And this is a very famous song that you probably have danced to. So I would advise you to get up and put your dancing shoes on. And if you're not in the mood for dancing, I'm sure you can at least sing this with me. Oh, would you like to swing on a star, or carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Woo! Or would you rather be a pig? I'm not so sure. A pig is an animal with dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He has no manners when he eats his food. He's dirty and disgusting and extremely rude. So if you don't give a feather or a fig, you know what might happen? You might grow up to be a pig. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are?
Costas.
Or would you rather be a fish? Not a bad idea. A fish is an animal that swims in a brook. She can't write her name or read a book. To fool the people is her only thought. And though she's slippery, she still gets caught. So if all you ever do is wish, which I do, you might grow up to be a fish. Oh, would you like to swing on a star, or carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off? Woo! Or would you rather be a mule? I don't know about that either. There's an animal with long funny ears. He kicks back at everything he hears. His back is brawny and his brain is weak. He's very silly, with a stubborn streak. So if you say how you hate to go to school, I don't think we're too worried about that. You might grow up to be a mule, 'cause all those monkeys ain't in a zoo. Isn't it true? Every day you see quite a few. So it's really all up to you. You could be better than you are. Swinging on a star. Woo! Swing your partner. Swinging on a star. One more time. Swinging on a star. Oh, yeah. So that was a popular, what's known as an Eastern style swing out of the New York City. But if you were to travel out to Texas during the swing era, there was a kind of music that was coming around got to be known as Western swing.
Costas.
Hi there, can you hear me? Yeah, yep. We're gonna go out to Texas, and Western swing is just a little bit different, but I think you probably know this one. Deep within my heart lies a melody, a song of old San Antonio, where in dreams I lived with that memory, beneath the stars all alone. Well, it was there I found, beside the Alamo, enchantment strange as the moon up above. Ooh, yeah, and that moonlit pass only she could know. Oh, Rose, my Rose of San Antonio. Oh, moon in all your splendor, alone in my heart, call back my Rose, Rose of San Antonio. Those lips so sweet and tender, like petals falling apart. Speak once again of my love, my own. Broken dreams, empty words I know, still live in my heart all alone. Oh yes, that moonlit pass only she could know. My Rose of San Antonio. She's my Rose of San Antonio. Did you remember that one? Rose of San Antonio. Well, it's time to sing a song for July 4th. We sang a bunch of patriotic songs earlier, but this is one that everybody probably knows the words to. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land that I love, the home of the free and the brave. Oh, every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue. There's nary a boast or a brag. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. Second verse, same as the first. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of a land that I love, the home of the free free and the brave. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue. There's nary a boast or brag. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. Woo, yeah. I have to sneak in another one of my favorite old swing tunes because I have a feeling you're going to know it. You got to give a little, take a little, let your poor heart break just a little. That's the story, that's the glory of love. You've got to laugh a little, cry a little, watch those clouds roll by just a little. That's the story, that's the glory of love. As long as there's the two of us, we'll have the world and its charms. When the world is through with us, we'll be safe in each other's arms. Yeah, you gotta win a little, lose a little. Sometimes you gotta sing those blues just a little. That's the story, that's the glory of, that's the story, that's the glory of, that's the story, that's the glory of love. Now, it's possible that some of you are old enough to have sung this next little song when you were a little kid. Maybe you sang it with your parents or maybe your grandparents. We're going to sing a couple of really old classics here. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer true. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet up on the seat of a bicycle built for two. Well, you know what she had to say about that. Harry, Harry, oh, here is your answer true. I'll not marry, all for the likes of you. If you can't afford a carriage, there won't be any marriage. And I'll be switched if I'll be hitched on a bicycle built for two. Yes, I'll be switched if I'll be hitched on a bicycle built for two. What a silly, great little song, though. You know what? We've had way too much rain lately, so I had to sneak in one of my favorite sunshine songs. We sang a few earlier, but this one is still popular today because people like Willie Nelson have recorded it. And I don't think I need my horn player here. A little harmonica holder here is very handy dandy. But it probably looks a little silly around my neck there, but it comes in handy when you're playing all by yourself. Like a little portable accordion. Anyway, you probably know this beautiful song. Blue skies, blue skies shining on me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. I never saw the sun shining so bright. I never saw things going so right. Noticing the days scurrying by. When you're in love, my how they fly. Bluebirds singing a song. Nothing but bluebirds from now on. Oh, blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days scurrying by, when you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Blue skies. You know, we're stuck at home, a lot of us, and in our imagination we maybe can travel to places. Now, we're not too far from Cape Cod, but I know for a lot of folks, going on vacation is not in the cards for the summer, even just down to the Cape. So we're going to have to go to Cape Cod in our imagination with this big hit from 1957 by Patti Page. If you like a sand dune with salty air, quaint little villages here and there, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod. If you like the taste of a lobster stew, served by a window with a ocean view, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod. Winding the roads that seem to beckon you, miles of green beneath the sky so blue, church bells chiming on a Sunday morn remind you of a town where you were born. So if you spend an evening you wanna stay, watching the moonlight on old Cape Cod Bay, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod. Yes, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod. Oh yeah. You know what's really funny about that song? The songwriting team of 4 people who wrote that, which became a hit for Patti Page, none of them had been to Cape Cod prior to writing that song. And once it became a big hit, they all decided they better go down to the Cape and find out what it was like. They didn't live nearby. They went to the Cape, and sure enough, in the 50s, it was a lot like that song. Well, it is summertime, July 4th. We have to sing a very famous Gershwin song that you all can sing with me. Summertime, and the living is easy. Catfish are jumping, the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, honey, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna wake up singing, gonna spread those wings and take to the sky. But until that morning, you just hush up your crying, 'cause your daddy and mammy, they're standing by. Let's sing it together now. Oh, summertime, and the living is easy. Oh, catfish are jumping, the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, honey, don't you cry. Yes, hush, little baby, honey, don't you cry. summertime and the living is easy. Well, you know, if you could get on a train, that'd be kind of fun. And if you could get on a train, you'd be reminded of the fact that our country was made this great east-west country when the transatlantic railroad was built. That was a big moment. Railroad workers from as far away as China and as far away from Ireland, especially here on the East Coast, a lot of Irish railroad workers, African Americans, people from all over the world came to build the American railroad system. And it had its heyday. And during its heyday, there was a very famous train called the City of New Orleans. So I thought I'd sing that wonderful song written by Steve Goodman and made popular by Arlo Guthrie. Now, speaking of the name Guthrie, the name of the program today is This Land Is Your Land, and we're getting close to the end of the program, and so I better make sure we sing Woody Guthrie's famous song. But before that, let's sing The City of New Orleans. There's a wonderful chorus you can join me on. Riding on the City of New Orleans, Illinois Central Monday morning rail. 15 cars, 15 restless riders, 3 conductors, 25 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls into Kankakee and rolls past houses, farms, and fields, passing towns that have no names, freight yards full of old black men, and graveyards full of rusted automobiles. Singing, good morning, America, how are you? Now don't you know me, I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the City of New Orleans, and I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Well, dealing cards with the old man in the club car. Well, penny a point, ain't no one keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds the bottle. Feel the wheels a rumbling neath the floor. And the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers ride their father's magic carpet made of steel. And mothers with their babes asleep are rocking to that gentle beat. The rhythm of the rails is all they feel. Singing, good morning, America, how are you? Now don't you know me, I'm your native son. Well, I'm the train they call the City of New Orleans, and I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Nighttime on the City of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home and we'll be there by morning, through the Mississippi darkness rolling down to the sea. Then all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream. The steel rail still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his song again. The passengers, please refrain. This train's got the disappearing railroad blues. Singing, good night, America, how are you? Now don't you know me, I'm your native son. I'm a train they call the City of New Orleans, and I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Singing, good night, America, how are ya? Now don't you know me, I'm your native son. Well, I'm the train they call the City of New Orleans, and I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Ah, the City of New Orleans. I do hope you folks get to ride on a train sometime before too long and take a little trip, travel around. I'm sure we're all missing that. You know, if you took a train halfway across the country, you might get to go to Kansas. People don't think much about Kansas, but in Kansas, we have one of the most iconic American folk songs. In fact, it's the state song of Kansas, and everybody knows it. So in honor of the 4th, we'll sing this song that celebrates the prairies and the open sky. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. It's a waltz, so you can sway back and forth while you sing. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Oh, give me a land where the bright diamond sand goes down to the leisurely stream, where the graceful white swan goes floating along like a maid in a heavenly dream. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. How often at night, when the heavens are bright, I see light of those flickering stars. Have I lay there amazed and asked as I gazed if their glory exceeds that of ours, where the air is so pure and the zephyrs so free and the breezes so balmy and light, that I would not exchange my home on the range for all of the cities so bright. Last time, let's sing it together. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home on the range. You know, I have to sneak in a song that comes from a movie that made Kansas famous when we were kids. You probably remember watching the movie with Dorothy in it. You know what I'm thinking of? Yeah. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Remember the song? Yeah. The Wizard of Oz. That's right. And the song became so famous. In fact, when we were kids, that would come around once a year, usually on Sunday night. And then you go to school the next day, everybody would talk about, oh, did you see the Wizard of Oz and Dorothy up in the tornado and blah, blah, blah. And that song remained very popular for many, many years. And then, you know, it disappeared for a while. And then just a few years ago, a singer from Hawaii playing a ukulele. Ukulele, by the way, means jumping flea in Hawaiian, playing the little jumping flea. A singer from Hawaii made this song famous all over again. A little different style, but I'm gonna sing a little bit more like the ukulele style of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I'm sure you can do it with me. It's a gorgeous song. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. That you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops, where you'll find me somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, bluebirds fly, if birds fly over the rainbow, why can't I? Oh, if happy little bluebirds fly way above the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? Over the rainbow. Oh my goodness, what a lovely song. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me today. I want to thank the Council on Aging for sponsoring the program. And don't forget, this is being recorded. You can watch it on Burlington's local cable station. And we're going to end with the name of the program, the song, This Land Is Your Land by Woody Guthrie, who wrote this back in the 1930s. And Woody was famous for writing songs about our country. He believed in our country as a nation of immigrants. He traveled around. He sang songs in Spanish. He wrote songs about Mexican farm workers. He wrote a song for the Grand Coulee Dam. And during the Great Depression, This Land Is Your Land was sort of a tribute to the American strength, which we all need to be reminded of today. So let's sing it together. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Let's sing it together. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. As the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving, and the dust clouds rolling, a voice was sounding as the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me. Now Woody grew up in Oklahoma, where those wheat fields were waving, but the dust clouds were rolling during the Great Dust Bowl, which coincided with the Depression. So, in honor of his younger days when he was a cowboy, we're going to sing a little bit of some more cowboy yodeling as part of this song. So help me out. Here we go. Yodel-o, 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 yodel-o-dee, yodel-o-dee, yodel-o, yodel-o-dee, yodel-o, 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 yodel-o-dee, yodel-o, yodel-o, yodel-o-dee. Now Woody also believed very strongly in the establishment of the National Park System, which was getting developed during those days. So he wrote a verse just in honor of those parks. It goes like this. As I was walking, I saw a sign there, and on that sign it read, no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say anything. You know why? Because that side was made for you and me. Everybody now. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, oh, this land was made for you and me. Nobody living can stop us singing as we go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can stop us saying this land was made for you and me. One more time, everybody. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. We said this land was made for you and me. Yes, we said this land was made for you and me. You and me. Happy Happy 4th of July, everybody, and thank you again for singing with me. My name is Roger Tincknell. I want to thank Marge McDonald for sponsoring the program, the Council on Aging, and I hope I see you again next year at the Senior Center like the old days. I have always had a wonderful time singing there with you, and I look forward to doing it again. So I'm going to sign off for now. Have a safe and pleasant weekend with your family. Bye-bye, everybody. We said this land was made for you and me. Yes, we said this land was made for you and me. You